Welcome to the Coach House. We are live, and we do not want to talk about Ricky Martin today. That's for sure. So we have Shonie.
I'm alive.
Living La Vida Loca.
Living La Vida Vida.
What you doing over there on the phone?
I'm stuck, addicted to this stupid thug life game.
You do play that a lot, don't you?
Man.
And it's like a version of Farmville?
Yeah.
And what do you do in that game?
I have no idea. You hit the button, you play the slots, you get points or money, and then you buy properties, and you try to rob people. People rob you.
I think you've robbed me, even though I don't play the game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I signed up, and you still robbed me. So you made that hat, right?
Yeah, I make these hats in between playing Thug Life and other stupid Space Invader games. I make hats. I draw pictures. True story. So I did. It's not copyright infringement, but I did draw Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse for my 2-year-old daughter. And it was a big giant poster board size. And the mother.
You just recently posted that, right?
Yeah.
It looked good. I liked it.
It lasted one day.
No.
One day. And I'm like, you didn't see the little girl tearing up. She said the baby did it. I'm like, the baby tore the paper perfectly, right? Because I drew a heart in the background.
And how old is the other kid?
My daughter's 2. My youngest is 2. And I know she did it just to be spiteful. Not the 2-year-old. But I said,
Baby mama?
Yeah, I'm not drawing anymore over there for them. The next one I'm going to do is my son, my oldest boy. Then I'm going to start going back to drawing the fantastic fit female form. Because all of the Insta thoughts that are out there, they put all the pictures out there, and I right-click, save, crop, and edit, and draw.
You know who's I really like on Instagram?
Ooh.
And Chromie can definitely say for sure that I like her is Demi Rose Mobby, man. You got to check her out, dude.
Okay, I will check her out.
Yeah, you got to. Chromie's giggling back there.
I got a whole bunch out there that I like.
Dude, we'll leave it at that.
Man.
Let's bring it back. So this is round 3 with Mr. International.
Third round.
And round 2, we were talking a little bit of hockey. And
yes.
I think we talked a little bit earlier that we concluded that you were talking about Jeremy Roenick, not Chris Chelios.
Right. Because I've been around those guys. And back in the day when I was sort of important, and it was hilarious.
You keep saying that, man.
Well, I mean, I know I'm sort of important. I got 4 kids. But, no, it's like one was a fight fan, and one wanted to fight.
I feel like that's Jeremy Roenick.
It probably was.
Probably. Yeah.
I can't argue that. Because, when you're looking at 2 big white guys, and not to mention I was not in my right mind.
Chris maybe he threw down. Maybe, you were saying outside of the rink, like you're talking about like cage fighting. So to me, that seems like a Jeremy Roenick action.
They may have, because the crazy part was that in those years, this is before Dana White showed up. Dana was around, it's just he wasn't as important. Well, he was always important, but not like how
he wasn't the man, yeah.
Right. So I was doing fights outside the UFC contract every Tuesday. If I fought Friday in the UFC, I will fight Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. And the likes of Robert Kelly will be there, the Roenicks, the Chelios, the old rap group Crucial Conflict.
Are you talking about R. Kelly? Let me bring
R.
up
Kelly, yeah.
Robert Kelly.
Right, as I call him Robert, because he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's
in a lot of trouble.
It's like saying Voldemort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't say it anymore.
Let me put some of mine out there. Okay, about Robert and me. Years ago, Robert would come to the club. And, the little hop things was always around him, But you never really cared about the
And when you mean like little, you mean like they were real young.
Well, yeah, but see, you don't know who's who because, it's some in that damn food because them damn Latinas. And this is when I first discovered Latinas. I was like, wow, they come out dressed like in wearing nothing. It'd be 100. It'd be 100 degrees below zero, and he have open toe strapped heels. I didn't give a damn. I was there, and so when you see everybody, you knew everybody wasn't over 21, but you didn't get. You seen him and his group.
You didn't think like 15.
Right. Well, literally, they knew I could throw down. And like I said before, I remember I fought 7 guys in a night. I never left the ring, but never mind me. So, speeding forward.
That was the Shonie Lionheart days?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I actually growled and everything. I could still do it, but I ain't doing actually do it. So, literally, that Tuesday going to Wednesday, he was there. The club had to get shut down because I had fought some guy for like 25, 35, 45 minutes. But not a hell was given. So we go to, later I'm playing basketball. We're trying to work out at the Lakeview Export. Literally, Robert shows up in his bus, according to people who told me. Oh my God, Ron Kane here. Fuck him. I'm getting ready for a WEC welterweight fight. I don't give a damn. What was it, IFC? It was one of them belts I got. Whatevs. So, literally, his goody mob of minions roll up onto the basketball court. My buddy Rolando Higueros, he's holding pads, tie pads, and focus mitts for me. And they said, y'all gotta get off the court. And I side cut him like, get the fuck out of here. So you better go on. We'll be in the corner. We're in the far left corner of the Lakeview Export late at night. Said, my man. And I'm looking at him like he's short. He's about 6'4". But you get him like, get the fuck out of here. So he about to, and my buddy Rolly, who I call, he's one of the original Mexicutioner clans. I mean, he's Guatemalan Mexican. But anyway. So
this is to R. Kelly in a basketball
court. It wasn't Robert. It was one of his minions.
All right.
And I'm like, my man, if you don't get the up out of here, it's going to be some moving and shaking. So literally, Rob walks in. He's like, oh, man, what's up? I said, yeah, man, keep that on the leash. Because, and I got my finger on his chest. And he's like, you gonna get your hammer? I said, you ain't gonna do nothing. Damn thing, get poked in the chest. So rolling out, we actually was like, all right, Rob, look, give me 5 more minutes. We're gonna hit the finish up, and y'all can play. You can go play with your balls. And I said that, not knowing what's going on now. But I'm part of collateral damage of Robert Kelly. How so? Chromie, buckle up. I'm always messing with Chromie. Y'all don't see Chromie, but he my new homie. So Chromie my homie. So JP. So what happened was, years ago when I was doing those fights in the club, I worked in nightclubs, I worked in a strip club. The strippers, we would take the strippers or told them about the nightclub, I'd go fight. And nobody believed I could fight because I was a way bit smaller. And they actually showed up. One of which with Robert Kelly.
All right, so what happened?
She ended up being baby mama number 3.
Jesus.
Now, I didn't know at the time that she was one of his.
All right.
In lieu of all of the goings on with Robert now, she has been the biggest cheerleader for Robert. She don't do nothing for me. She don't support me.
Fuck that.
I know, and it's crazy. And I made this crazy. I make these comments because I do sometimes. It's not that I'm poking the bear or trying to start them, but I'm like, how hung is he? Because
I don't know. Did you see him peeing on that 15-year-old?
I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it either.
But that's another funny story because that came up with.
Is it a funny story?
Yeah, because things came up within the black community that people didn't know about. And I happen to be.
All right, so briefly touch on it because we got a lot of topics to touch on. So briefly touch on it.
I was cool with George of George's Music Room, and I was at his birthday party.
All right.
And so I came and gave him a big hug because he invited me, and I didn't know he knew who I was, even though I was on pay-per-view TV. And I didn't think George watched MMA. Any whatsoever. I'm talking to George. And George he's showing me love. I'm talking. And some big dude comes up and puts his hand on my shoulder like, excuse me, little man, we got to talk. I'm like, you better get your big ass hands up. Oh, snap. My bad, Hoss. Guess what it was? Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes was trying to check me. I'm like, hold up, pimpin'. Hold up. We talking. And so George is like, no, it's okay. He can stay. I'm like, all right, cool. Godfather said I'm good. He's the Midwest's largest music distributor.
Really?
Yeah. At the time, I don't know how it is now. But literally, they got to talking. Well, let's just say Busta was not really happy with Robert.
You keep calling him Robert. I'm not used to this.
I know.
It's so weird.
And literally,
Robert.
George said, no, leave it alone. That's going to be dealt with. We'll deal with things differently. Busta was ready to go bone crush Robert.
And why didn't he?
George gave him the no-go sign.
Oh, okay. So it was like mob.
Dude,
mob
it was
rules,
crazy.
Like,
yeah, don't do that.
Red light.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, like I'm looking like he's short.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes ain't little.
Yeah, no, he's not, right? He's a big boy.
And so he's like, all right, little man. I said, I got your little man. I got your little man. Because I've never given a damn about size.
Yeah, fuck that.
So that's the thing is that my daughter's mother is an ex-fling of Robert Kelly. Yeah.
That's deep.
Dude,
That's
do I
deep.
know how to pick them? I mean, not
yes.
one, but not
Yes.
one, but two. I have two baby mamas that are retired strippers.
Yes, you know how to pick them.
Shonie
knows how to pick
I
them.
am ace one. Let's talk to MMA.
All right. Yeah, we have eaten up probably 10 to 15 minutes right now.
Yeah.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet. There was a fight not this weekend, but last weekend.
Yeah.
Gaethje Ferguson. We just watched a little bit of it. It was a pretty good fight.
Boy, I tell you what.
But he got his ass beat to the point
I
where
don't know what is it with these new MMA fighters. They stand right in front of each other. They punch me in the face real hard. And I've had fans ask me, does that hurt? I'm like, fool. You see blood, cry havoc, and let slip the dog of war. Tickle, of course, thou wilt. And
I mean, to be fair, you've had your fair share of bouts where you've just gone back and forth, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. My God, those are hell. And actually, one of the most memorable ones I remember was not Matt Serra. He was not in my top fights, toughest fights. There was former first middleweight world champion of the UFC, Dave Monet. And we fought twice previous, and I regret not taking that fight offer from Joel Silva, but he didn't tell me what the ramifications were for fighting Dave Monet, because I beat him once, and the second one was a draw, and they didn't want to give it a loss. Cause I whooped his butt. I did whoop his ass, but they didn't want to give him 2 wins in a row, and 2 losses in a row. And so when we both ended up in the hospital, and literally same room, and a few weeks later, Joel Silva called me as I was sitting in the front seat of my grandfather's car on West End and 4223 West End. He was driving a white and red Bonneville.
You are so specific sometimes.
I can remember all this. And literally, he said, we got to fight for you. I'm like, who? He said, Dave Monet. I'm like, no. I'm undefeated against Dave Monet. And he said, I got something to tell you. I said, but that was young Shonie, young Marine. I didn't even let him finish talking because we both, and see what made me mad was that they knew I was coming off a hell fight with him. And then 2, I have this thing about after parties. After I go to a fight, I go to the after party. I have to salsa dance after after party.
I think we might have to have a whole episode of just after parties.
Oh my God.
That might be.
Well, I didn't get to go to the after party fighting Dave Monet twice.
So you really do not like this new come up of fighters. You're not really a fan of them.
I respect them. It's just they get a couple of fights and everybody's like, oh my God, let me rub your balls. And I'm like, really? And like when they talk about the bad motherfucker belt, I'm like, so you for these street fights? So
yeah, it's kind of I don't
cheesy.
like the interim.
Give me one, fucker.
Like interim belt and the.
I don't believe in interim.
Yeah, like it's not really.
No.
They're not really real things.
No,
like it's
not.
cool, but
it's cool. You know,
but it doesn't really mean.
Do you
anything.
know what an interim belt is? In my professional opinion,
It means like runner up, right? Like
that's what it seems like to me. You're really good at second place.
Yeah.
For now, but then you go to the after party. If they even
you're
have
the
after,
number one contender
with a fake belt.
Yeah.
Until you've validated. But then you go to the after party and all the hoochie groupies want to be all up on your strap because you got that little leather and piece of gold, not realizing the true implications of it. It's like you're in purgatory of MMA of being called champion. Because one time I actually did a fight for Throwdown, the fight organization, like the clothing line. The owner of Throwdown used to promote MMA out in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I fought a Lloyd Irvin black belt named George the Machine Lockhart. He was a Special Forces Recon Marine.
Lockhart versus Lionheart?
Yeah.
And, brother.
And he was like...
breaking podcast rules.
I know. And he was like 11 years younger.
Okay, I did last week.
And I beat him because I was running 7 mile. He was running 5. Well, literally, they announced that it was going to be an interim title. When I'm in the cage, I'm like, what is interim? Who's the champion? I thought we were fighting for a vacant belt.
Yeah.
So I actually got my arm broke somehow in the second round.
What year is this?
Oh God, Throwdown. It was after the UFC Ultimate Fighter years. I know that. Or either right before or right after.
Probably what, 07?
Yeah, either 05 or 07. Literally.
Like in between those times. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I actually fought him using karate. Like a Lyoto Machida style.
That's dope.
And
it's got a great style, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I love it. And literally, I ended up beating him and it was such a controversial decision, is that by the time they announced it, I actually stopped sweating from the fight.
Why? It took that long?
Because it was a 5-round fight. They supposed to give me $10,000 to win. Well, one of the guys got saucy drunk, one of the owners, the co-partners. He jumped in the cage right before I'm about to walk out. George Lockhart was in the cage already, and he's like, I get $10,000 of my own money to the winner of this bout. I looked at my buddy Brian Gasaway like, yo, dude, we just got a pay raise. I said, let's run this. I literally ran to the cage and said, let's get it. And I'm on fleek level 9 million because I need an extra stack. I need an extra 10 stacks. So,
don't we all? Shit.
Man. So I beat him, and they didn't want to announce it because I scored all the takedowns. I'm throwing side kicks, and I'm using all types of Blackie Chan stuff. And I won. They had to announce I won. And Salt Lake City, Utah, after Kirk Nowitzki's wife was all up in my face, I had to go. But I ain't gonna bring that up about her.
We gotta touch on a lot of subjects.
Let's talk about
who's Kirk Nowitzki though? Is that Dirk's brother?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay.
Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, the free throw.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was about
they
to say,
have
damn.
he got a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She a thotty though.
I think she wanted to taste the chocolate.
Never had it. She from Europe too?
She from Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a baddie. I had to give it to her.
So you're not a fan of really these new fighters, Gaethje, Ferguson? They're just throwing in front of each other. You're.
I respect them. Don't get me wrong. I respect the guys. You know, it's just I'm like,
you're just not a fan of watching it as much as
they fight stupid. They stand in front of each other and play shoot 'em out, bang bang.
So will we? But that's kind of like how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's different now, kind of.
Oh my God, nobody knows how to throw a jab. And you see some of the tricky stuff like Ferguson was throwing against Gaethje. I give him credit. He was trying to do his thing, but there's a time when you getting your arse kicked in. Change the game plan. My God, because think about the takedowns. Were there any takedowns? No.
I mean, I only watched just that few minutes with you. I didn't see one.
Fighters don't even know how to do a takedown. They reach and grab each other's legs. If they're able to shoot a double leg, that's the only takedown they know. And like, oh my God, really? No real self-artistic, unique impressions am I being able to witness. It's either double leg or nothing.
So the takedown game is just not been good.
Feeble. I mean, it's really bad. And now the fighters will get mad at me, but they come at me if they want. I didn't forget how to fight.
I'd like to see more suplexes as takedowns.
Belly to belly suplexes.
Hell yeah.
Belly to back suplexes.
Hey, you know what? That is something I've noticed. You don't see slams really anymore.
No.
At all.
They're scared.
You know who?
They don't know how to do it.
I loved when Rampage would just throw down.
Carl Parisian. I'll give Ronda Rousey.
How's his audio?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Rousey.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Then there's this other guy. What's his name? Me. Yeah.
Mr. International.
Yeah. I love throwing people, and it's not about scoring points. It's about making a point. I'm
Hell
better
yeah.
than you.
And you just are literally dominating them. You're like manhandling a person.
Yeah, you can accidentally score a takedown in a scramble. But if I grab you and chuck you, you pretty much know. Yeah, you just had your ass handed to you.
I love that the one where Rampage gets stuck in a triangle. I think it was Pride.
Yeah, that was that Hua.
I don't remember.
Who he picked up and just.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
He dive bombed his
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is. We might have to. I don't even know. Can we even enter a clip like that? If we can,
No,
we might. I don't know if we have the rights or whatever.
No,
you gotta look that up.
No, I know because I tried.
Not you. Anyone listening? It is so sick. He gets like stuck in a triangle, and he just gets up, stands up, and throws him down, and his head is just bouncing.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw that in the streets.
Really?
In Las Vegas. It was this one.
I do
slender
believe
brother.
that in Vegas.
Right. It was surprisingly.
Yeah.
This dude was wearing blue jeans and some white leather shoes and a red velvet jacket with a light powder blue shirt, and he got into it with Bubba. I don't know. I'm like, it was like two different worlds met and didn't get along. I don't know what the color of explicatives that were exchanged between the two parties aforementioned, but they got to squabbing, and literally somewhere or another they ended up on the ground, and apparently, man was able to. He took him some jitsu. He actually slapped a triangle choke on the guy. Other words known
on
as
Bubba.
On Bubba.
And you know it's going down.
It's going down. And by the way, the triangle is called Sankaku Jime, but don't ask me to spell it.
Sankaku Jime.
Sankaku Jime.
Sankaku Jime.
SANKANKUJIME.
Sankaku Jime.
And literally, Bubba didn't give no damn about no triangle choke.
Yeah, no, because it's on a little guy, you said?
Yeah, he's about $160.
And on Bubba's at least 220 plus.
You know it.
You don't get nicknamed Bubba unless you're 220 plus.
Really. And there was me in the canary yellow suit from The Mask from Jim Carrey, and I'm in my white steppers, and literally, I'm looking as the Las Vegas bicycle cops are rolling up. Bubba didn't give a damn.
Got their little ding ding,
right?
Ding ding.
Yeah, he picked him up. I'm like, oh, that Barry White red velvet ass, that sound he made on concrete.
Fuck that.
Oh,
that'll straight up kill someone.
And people were like, break it up. I'm like, I'm in a canary yellow suit.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm off duty.
I'm not getting paid to ref. Like
No,
that
exactly.
double knockout.
Yeah, really. I didn't get paid to.
If you haven't seen it, Shonie Carter, double knockout referee.
Yeah, that was me.
Great video.
Amazing.
All right, so we keep bouncing back and forth.
We do. Damn it.
That's just how the show works. That's just how it works.
Water flows uphill sometimes.
Fuck it. I guess. Is that a real thing? That can't be real.
Well, on Mars, but don't get me started.
I won't. I will not, because we got a few other subjects to hit here.
Right.
All right, so the coronavirus. What did you think of the no audience? I didn't mind it. It's what it's like. Chromie had a great point. It's just like The Ultimate Fighter.
No, it is. It really is. And see, the thing is that some people have to realize they're not out there fighting for the audience. You're fighting to keep that mother
Hell yeah.
off your ass. If you don't keep him off your butt, you're not fighting for a belt. You are fighting to protect yourself.
It's funny because I watch a lot of the Pat McAfee show, and they talk about like the fans. There's a lot of what make, and I agree. But in fighting, it's a lot different.
I have never fought for the fans.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
I fight to test myself. I respect and, give the fans the hugs and take photos, sign autographs. They live vicariously through the notion that they are us. They don't want to get in that cage in real life. I've actually taken fans, stood by the cage. One guy, I swear, I think he pissed himself. And literally, I remember a couple times I would take kids in the cage with it's not UFC, but other organizations. Sure. And I would move around with the kid, teenager or little kid. And the little kid don't know about it. I'm like, oh my God. And then I've seen that.
Jeez. One more time? Yep.
And I've seen it. And then literally I've done that with the wife. Like I brought a wife in. And she was like, I'm like, boo boo. Stop twisting your nipples. It's okay.
She's getting worked up.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I can't make this up. The father, I've taken fathers in, they're like, and they give the stupidest, like, and then I'm like, oh my God.
Like a fucking, what is this, like an old Irish bare knuckle?
They don't know how to do it right. I'm like, but my favorite ones, because the fans are fans and they're the ones that are bosses, are the ones that are just genuine. And I've had fans that have like buy me a drink or bought me a meal or just be like how we do.
Hell yeah.
You know me forever.
Hell yeah.
And we just chop it up, drinking your Gatorade, trying to do laundry. But the thing is that I don't get in that cage. I don't hear you.
You're in the zone. You're in a whole nother.
Think about it. If you're out in the streets, there were UFC level fighters who've gotten into fights in the street.
Hell yeah, BJ Penn's gotten whooped lately, dude.
BJ,
if you haven't seen that, check
Tyson.
that out.
Tyson Griffin got into it. Was that Tyson? He got into a fight. Carlos Newton. Was that Carlos Newton? No, I think it was Genki that got stabbed trying to protect a woman. Genki Sudo. I mean, there's been several fighters that have gotten into it. There was even boxers who got knocked out in street fights. And like we'll never know the real story between the rapper T.I. and Floyd Mayweather, but
yeah, they got into it.
I think so. And the crazy part
T.I.
is
small though.
Yeah, so is Floyd. He's real little.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that really, honestly, going T.I.'s way.
No, he's the way he bought it. I doubt it.
I like T.I., but
I doubt it.
You knew T.I., right?
I got the poster when I did that
on the show, right?
Yeah, the Iron Ring.
Wasn't Big Joe? What the hell is Joe's? Remember that guy from?
Oh, dude, Joe.
I love Joe, man.
Dude, Joe.
I haven't seen him.
I know. I forgot what he's doing now. But
dude, literally, how tall is that guy? 6'10". Like he is so tall, dude.
Nice guy.
So nice.
Nice guy.
So nice.
He's doing some executive protection shit. But let's talk about MMA. We keep.
All right, yeah. Well, I asked you. I asked you about the audience. We did get into that. It's not. Yeah. I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's like watching The Ultimate Fighter.
It reminds me of actually in Japan.
Why? Because they're all quiet.
They say they're quiet as hell.
Yeah. They're the most respectful fans. Really are. Yeah, I mean. I don't mind it. I kind of like it. It reminds me of the Ultimate Fighter days.
I would have loved the one thing though. One thing I love about fans though, if you've never been to like a grassroots MMA show, you ain't seen a fight show.
No, those are good fights,
dude.
Those are good fights,
dude. Let's talk about not just those badass fights. I love when I actually look for the hillbillies, the rednecks in the audience.
Hell yeah!
Kick him in the nuts. Poke him in the eye.
You ever seen that video? What's that video, Chromie? Twist his wiener or something?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. I remember one. This is a true story. This was at the Park West. This is like upper crusty people. Like, the downtown affluent people and politicians were in my fight. And I used to have what they call a subcutaneous cystic lipoma on my left thigh. Basically, I had a lump on my thigh.
Oh, okay.
And it was from all years getting kicked. The body goes through its reparative process, but the fluid never left the IT band area. So it was like a little nub of skin, like a fat mole on steroids on my thigh. Well, it's got cut off and removed, but at that time, you could see guys wearing little shorts and my Speedos, and you would see it. And literally, I'm in the fight, this is Chicago. The Park West. And so I'm shooking and jiving with the guy, not thinking about it. Ding, ding, ding. The round ends. We go to the separate corners. I'm audience close. And I heard this guy say, kick him in the pimple. I about peed myself. I lost everything I had in me.
Kick him in the pimple.
And I was like, and I looked over at the guy. He said, yeah, I said it. That's my boy. I'm like, oh my God. And I couldn't help it. I had to point.
So you were fighting a hillbilly, huh?
Oh, dude, it was hilarious. I was fighting a hillbilly.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know. I think we might have. I don't know if we talked about it. But on the first one, I know we talked about it since you've been coming over.
Yeah.
But that time I went out to Iowa to watch a fight of yours, and I got denied to go in because I wasn't 21 for a casino.
Yeah.
When I was there to watch a fight, yeah.
Was that Jesse Jones?
I can't honestly. I don't remember.
'Cause I remember the casino.
But that's how I found out about Shonie Lionheart, because you gave me the DVD to it, and I just went and watched the whole thing. It was sick.
My God.
Just club fights.
Yeah.
Just fighting randos, right?
Yeah. All day, every day, all the time.
So you also wanted to kind of touch on martial arts differences in MMA a little bit.
Yeah. Versus, okay, I should expound it more. Like, for instance, back in the day, there was judo, karate, jiu-jitsu.
Like the early UFC days.
Right. And
it was more against style against style.
Yeah, like a kumite. But then now you have the new kids on the block that are competing in MMA. Like, okay, Connor's a legit black belt, and is it Shotokan, I think? He's a legit black belt. Then you had George St. Pierre, who was a Kyokushin and a Shidokan black belt. Anderson Silva has multiple black belts. Like, okay, for me, yeah, I'm another one. But the thing is that a lot of those guys, they trained in that discipline specifically, but they trained in multiple disciplines. Whereas someone modern, they just train in a blend.
Yeah.
Well, then you have me, who have trained in multiple disciplines, but have also competed at the world level at multiple disciplines.
At those specific disciplines, yes.
Right. And then, of course, the local MMA versus the international level MMA. And it really will teach you a lot about the moral character of a person, as well as the intestinal fortitude of a person. Like, a lot of them scream Muay Thai. But I really doubt, from what I'm seeing, I don't really think they actually done Muay Thai. Now you'll see Israel Adesanya or Kamaru Usman. You can tell they've competed in something other than MMA. Whereas the traditional martial art of wrestling, even though it's not a belted martial art, it is a martial art, because not to mention their wrestling, there's Greco-Roman, there's freestyle, there's Pachqua, there's sumo. There's multiple styles of wrestling that are traditional martial arts.
Sure.
That most people don't even know about or even dare to try. I would try sumo just to see what it's like. I'd put on the diaper. I wouldn't care.
And that's Japanese or Japanese culture, right?
Yeah. And then they're vegetarian and they can do splits. And they have a hierarchy. Everybody's heard of Yokozuna.
Well, I don't know if I have. Maybe you need to explain it, because
Yokozuna is the grand overall champion, like the man.
Okay.
And then I forget Chromie, tech guy.
Tech guy Chromie.
Google the rank structure of sumo.
I love it
because I forgot. I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I used to know it because I used to fight the rank structure of sumo. Okay, I Googled it. I'm faster than Chromie. Oh, right. Yeah, the Ozeki, Sekiwake, Komo Subi, Mega Shira, and then
What?
yeah,
What does this mean? What is all
these are
that?
like, for instance, w- within the rank structure of sumo wrestling, to get to be a Ozeki, that's like right beneath the Yokozuna.
So are these in a sense like belts or like
Yeah,
levels?
like
Okay,
Yokozuna's the black belt.
got you.
Ozeki's like
Gotcha.
the first degree brown.
Okay.
Uh, the Mega Shira is like, underneath Ozeki. Komosubi is under Mega Shira. Sekiwake is under Komosubi, and literally, who's that? The other one.
We got you though.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, and it's crazy, but within the structure of jiu-jitsu, the rank structure, of course, is colored. Well, most people don't realize that the color belts are relatively new, like how they do things. Because original martial arts, you would study martial arts with a white belt, and you would train so hard the belt would change color.
Really? Is that really?
That's really how it started.
Wow.
And then it was commercialized. But essentially, when you've been tussling, punching, and kicking, and training so hard, your belt turned black. Then you keep punching and kicking and training real hard, your belt it becomes so dirty, it turns white.
So dirty it turns white. What do you mean?
Yeah. Look at the old school. If you Google images of old school black belts,
Yeah.
even you see some of the old school black belts now, their belt, like, okay, a friend of mine, Richard Trammell, he's a Shidokan 5th degree black belt. He's been a 5th for a while. Like, okay, I'm a 2nd degree, but I've been a 2nd degree. I got my first black belt. I was 13 years as a 1st degree black belt. From 2000 to 2013, I was a black belt, a 1st degree. From 2013 to 2017, I was only a 2nd. So currently, actually 2013, since 2013, I've been a 2nd degree.
Yeah.
Whereas most people literally make all the stuff, the world titles and all the fighting I've done, different disciplines. They say, how are you only a 2nd degree in karate? Well, I just was granted a 3rd in Shorei-ryu. And people are like, how?
You got me all mixed up, but
well, there's different disciplines of
don't
karate.
fuck with Shonie. Because he knows a lot of karate. Is this all karate? Or
Yeah, just karate. Even the fact that I've competed regionally, trying to get to nationals in judo.
Yeah.
I was a brown belt, a 1st degree brown belt in 1996. So that's what, 24 years ago?
Yeah, fuck.
Right. I earned my combat dojo jitsu black belt in 2000 or 2001.
Yeah.
So I'm only a 2nd under Bob Shermer for over 20 years.
Who's Bob Shermer? I don't know who that is.
Master Bob Shermer.
Master Bob Shermer. All right.
Yeah.
Fucking Master Bob.
Yeah, I have like multiple black belts, and people are like, well, how are you? Well, I said, guys, I can go to the dojo and do whatever you tell me to do. I can take traditional martial arts and compete in MMA. Or I can spar with you under your rules.
So, bottom line, are you a fan of this new MMA, or do you not like it? I'm confused on the message.
I'm really curious. The jury is out. I almost want to hold my opinion in reclusion.
I feel like I feel like you like it, but in a different way than how you used to.
Because a lot of times they go in there fighting just to be fighting, to say they're famous, or to collect a check. Which I don't blame them. Collect your money, but don't just go in there thinking I'm doing this just to collect a check and be famous. It's supposed to be a journey.
A lot of it is just a lot of pure athletes, it seems like now.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like
you get like the Greg Hardy guy from the NFL.
Yeah, he's kind of fucking people up, though.
Yeah, I mean, because he's used to violence.
Yeah.
He played a sport that was violent.
Yeah, and he beat his wife or some shit, right?
Football.
Didn't he beat his wife?
Yeah. I like to kick him in the nuts, see how if he can take it. We can bench press 1,000 pounds.
Fuck that guy. Honestly, fuck that guy. But
I mean, look at what John Jones is doing. And then you look at the substance abuse in MMA.
Yeah.
What sucks is that one of the world-class jiu-jitsu players got positive for steroids. And I don't want to say the wrong name, so I won't say his name. But literally, no one tests Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson if he gassed up or Mark Wahlberg if they get into movies.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no regulations for that, right?
There's no regulations for it. What about the wrestlers, the pro wrestlers?
I mean, dude, it's
all entertainment.
Yeah, it's not the same, right?
Well, I guarantee if you on the job 260, 240, 250, how many days they are? 240 days, I think, on the road.
Who's this? The wrestlers? Yeah.
And literally, they out there banging and bumping their bodies around.
I'm not disagreeing. Like, they can do what they want.
Right. And the thing is,
I think the thing is with steroids and shit like that, like, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But I think it's the people competing that are, like, really competing that would have an issue with.
Well, yeah. I mean, even like the baseball players.
I mean, but it's more entertaining, right? Like, you
talk about... You want to see those guys.
It's literally called the steroid era.
It is.
Like, and it's one of the best times of baseball.
Right, because, I mean, think about this. Before there was an athletic commission, before MMA got famous, they all were on steroids.
Yeah.
Tank Abbott's training video, he was repping on the bench 600 pounds.
That's insane.
Repping 600 pounds.
Repping, not just one max, repping.
Repping 600 pounds.
Fuck that.
And then Frank Shamrock outed his brother Ken, his adopted brother.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Frank, you ready? Buckle up, you new kids. Francisco Juarez is his real name.
Who? Frank?
Frank Shamrock.
Yeah, that seems...
Yeah. Ken Shamrock. Ken Kilpatrick. He has a brother named Robbie Kilpatrick. And the reason why I'm giving you this information, because I fought his brother.
Yeah.
At the U.S. Nationals for Olympic Pancration during the Lions.
Wait, which one?
I fought Robbie.
Okay.
Then I threw him and knocked him out with Sologari. And they woke him up and he said, "Oh, my knee." I'm like, "You were knocked out, homie." He walked in with his booby chicks. And this was when the Lion Den was a Lion's Den. And then you look at how things were back then and how athletes were built versus now.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. One of my favorite fighters was a fat guy. And
who?
Oh, God. I'm drawing a blank again. I've had a lot of concussions. Ben rubbed his belly.
Ben.
He was a football player, All-American, a football player out of Iowa. Not Ben Roethlisberger. You said Ben Roethlisberger.
You do. You said that.
I know. No, I laugh because Ben Roethlisberger is extra. I've actually been around him once. I had to leave. He was around.
He's another R. Kelly situation.
Right?
I
had to leave.
Didn't he rape some chick?
I had to leave because.
Sorry, Ben. I don't know. I know he got in trouble.
Oh my God.
All right, hold on. Let's kind of
Let's go back.
Well, we are deep. We are already like 10 minutes, 11 minutes over, if not more. But let's bring this kind of home. Khabib and Gaethje.
Yeah.
Is it gonna happen?
I don't know when. I don't know how.
I heard Gaethje did not want to fight McGregor. At this point, I like McGregor, but I don't feel like he's really in any position. I don't know.
To make shout outs and call outs.
Yes. The thing is like he does because he brings in the pay-per-view money.
Right.
But he's not top dog anymore.
Right.
In my opinion.
And that, the thing is that he had a very intense not brief, extended run. And literally, if you fought McGregor, you made some money.
Yeah. And you're right. It was like he had a very small blip where he was the man.
Right.
And I feel like he's fallen off, and I really don't think he's ever going to come. I love him, but I don't think he's ever going to come back. I don't like that he punched that old guy in the face in the bar.
No, he should have never done that. And that's what sucks is that a lot of times, like when you're around that much money or that you'll get your yes people, you feel like your dick is 10 feet long.
Yeah.
And you're 10 feet tall and you're bulletproof. And literally, when they let him get away with the dolly into the bus window,
yeah,
that was the beginning of a slide.
Yeah.
And what saved his situation is that he made $30 million stepping off the scale with Floyd Mayweather. He made $110 on the pay-per-view points.
So you made 140 altogether.
Right. And literally, when you got 140 million, when you were just talking about how you slept in your car,
Yeah.
you ain't even thinking about fighting as much anymore.
Yeah.
I know damn well.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel like he doesn't have that will anymore.
No.
He used to, he was at like construction sites. He was going to be a plumber or some shit. And he said,
Right.
fuck that. And
Right.
now, and you're right. 140 mil off of one fight. Honestly, I wouldn't want to fight. I think he's even said that. Like, why would I put my health at risk? And I don't blame him, honestly.
Honestly, I tell people this. I said, like, for instance, years ago, I did a interview downtown at the men's penthouse, like the penthouse forum, and they had Guy Metzger, Ken and Frank Shamrock, and they had me ask it. They gave me the questions. I followed the script, unlike today. So, literally, I had to come to the question. They said, What? At what point did you know that you wanted to be a fighter? They all answered. Of course, Frank gives his long-ass winded answer. I'm like, shut up, okay. I get it. And we get it. I actually did that too. And so then I reversed the question. At what point in time did you say, okay, this is it, I'm done? We let Frank go first, and I'm like, Frank, I got a stopwatch. And literally,
Did you legitimately have one?
I usually have a stopwatch. I got 2 hanging up on the window of my car. And so literally, Guy Metzger, he's a doctor. And he's also in bed with Dallas Mavericks guy, Mark Cuban. Okay. Right. When you're in bed with that type of people, you good.
You got nice connections.
Right. So then Frank and then Ken said it started to hurt. He said pain hurts. And then they all three looked at me and said, and they both, it was like they got together and said, then they get 1, 2, 3. Well, how about you? I said, well, what? When did you retire? I said, retire from what? Oh, fighting. My bad. And so they were like, don't it hurt? I said, yeah, but I'm kind of screwed up in the head. I said, no one's in this entire room. I said, is anybody else a U.S. Marine? Raise your hand. Not one person raised their hand. And I said, anybody else is sadistic, masochistic, with a high proficiency level of violence?
What it?
I literally have an obsessive compulsive disposition to pain. And the journey for me is never complete. And subsequently, if I go through pain, physical pain, it is better to me have physical pain than it is emotional pain. And emotional pain sucks. And literally, I don't want to die slow. I want to jump out of a plane, the parachute don't open. I fall and hit the mountain, roll down the mountain, get bit by a lion. After I kick his ass, I walk into the hospital with my finger saying, damn it. Oh my God. They say, what happened? I was stopped over at the park ranger's office after I fell out the plane and the lion tried to bite me. I got a paper cut and I got an infection. And then I hit a mountain after I fell off a fucking plane. I rolled down the mountain.
Where are you going with this?
No. Frank and Ken asked me about when I'm going to retire. And I said, I'm never retiring. And that's my point.
You're never retired. You could fall out of a plane onto a mountain, get a paper cut.
After wrestling a mountain lion.
Get a
paper cut in the office at the park ranger's office.
And you're not retiring.
Not retiring.
Jesus Christ. The way you explain things sometimes, I swear to God. All right.
Wow.
Whoa. All right.
Okay, yeah. That was a lot. Cool.
That was a lot. I've got one more MMA thing.
Okay,
we are deep. I mean, we've been going 50 minutes almost, but that's all right.
Okay.
That's okay. Fuck it. You know what? We wanted to touch on all these topics today.
Especially falling 32 feet per second.
Jeez. All right. You also wanted to touch on fighters overseas versus America. Now, what I heard is Dana wanted to do separate fights for international fighters. Is that right?
I did hear that too.
Is that the case? I don't really know. I didn't look at the card this past weekend. Where was the fight, by the way?
I don't know. I don't be paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know. Chrome, is that any? Can you look?
Here's the thing: is that where people feel or not know. Fights overseas ain't no drug testing.
Really?
No.
I didn't know that.
I won't say which organization because I still hope to fight for him one day. It's Mr. Carter, very strong, very strong.
I wonder what country they're in or approximately where they might be.
Somewhere over yonder when you go past Hawaii. I'll let you figure out.
Okay.
And literally, they wanted me to come back even stronger because they brought me to fight. I beat an Olympic wrestler from this country, Japan. And then they wanted me to come back again the next month. Stronger. I'm like, okay.
Stronger.
I actually turned down a fight in Peru versus a Brazilian. I was like, ain't no way.
Can I see that thing? What?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Let my brain cool off. I think that's what happens. See, coming out, I deviate a lot because of the internal cerebral heat.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. The last fight, the last UFC 249 was in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh,
Jacksonville, Florida.
Bruh.
Dude,
that
pretty
is
comfortable.
I know. Yeah, you got a lot on your mind. Listen. Jacksonville, Florida is one of the meccas of hillbillies. Oh my damn. And I ain't saying this just to be funny. I'm telling you from facts.
I also heard it's huge.
It's huge.
It's like Houston, I heard. It's like so spread out.
Yeah. Dude, the promoter got over the microphone, I know for this one show, and made an announcement. Please, and they give out the rules, and the other one says, please, no urinating on the floor this time. And I said, where the fuck are we? That somebody has to be told not to piss on the floor.
Where was this at?
It was in Florida.
But where were you at?
Fort Lauderdale.
But where? Like where you're at?
I don't know what the name of that stadium was, but I was like, oh my
the stadium.
God.
Sorry, I was.
And then literally,
a lot going on.
It was a trip because even when we was driving to the venue, there was roadkill. I'm used to, we always seen roadkill, but you ain't never seen roadkill alligator on the highway.
That's fucking intense. That's
Wait a minute. No. That ain't what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I seen people pulling over, trying to pull teeth out the alligator, dead alligator. I said, God, fuck, who in the hell goes and desecrates dead alligator?
It's probably a moneymaker down there.
Man.
It's probably a moneymaker.
Man, them some people out there.
They're what's going on over there? Got a few messages?
Man, I keep getting these Thug Life messages.
Man, you're crazy on the Thug Life. Speaking of Thug Life.
Join because of me, people.
Join Facebook, Thug Life. Play Shonie, steal from Shonie, watch him steal back from you.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit one more thing, completely not MMA related. We've been going for almost an hour, I feel like.
Yes, we probably have.
What is your opinion? Are we getting second rounds of checks?
I heard that overnight they approved I think
last night you heard this?
Yeah, $2 or $3 trillion.
I'm down.
But here's the thing, I ain't got one yet.
Well, did you file your taxes last year?
I did not file last year, but I did go through the
process to
try to get my check, and I did everything, and still ain't got one, and it's crazy because my daughter's mother, who's Romanian, she's not.
Oh, we know she's Romanian.
Well, I'm gonna keep
she's
saying
not
that.
an Aries.
Yeah, and she's not like American Romanian. She's Romanian American.
Okay.
She's born over yonder.
Okay.
She got a check. Now I'm a damn U.S. Marine, proudly served, collegiate All-American wrestler.
Got a fucking point. I mean, not that she doesn't deserve one, but
right.
I mean,
I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
Not a veteran, a veteran. I mean, I'm one step from homeless.
No,
but,
dude.
No, I'm joking.
No,
but I'm like, and it gets me mad because when people, I mean, I get it. Help the people out. But gee whiz.
Don't make it difficult for other people, especially people who have served.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it makes me mad when I see homeless veterans.
It's fucked.
I have taken my shoes off and given them to a homeless veteran.
Yeah, man.
And I've tried to say, you know what? I want to work for the VA to teach the veterans MMA to empower them and maybe form my own like fighting militia. Take over.
You know what we have to? What you have to do is you got to write all these ideas down, and we have to start acting on them and figure out how we can do it.
Because I've actually started the whole process with my getting my veterans benefits.
Fuck yeah.
I'm actually on that.
Fuck yeah.
My
Well,
dad
dude.
made me do it.
Well, if we're getting second rounds, I hope you double up on the checks then.
I hope so, man. I got some bills to pay.
Even Chromie got one, and he's been unemployed for 10 years.
Chromie, I'm trying to get to be employed. And the crazy part is I don't know how to, I'm not really good at the unemployment thing because I've spent my whole life either college, trying to wrestle or martial arts, and then I was a fighter or a cable man. So I've never known unemployment.
And what you were doing wasn't real. It was something that like was you and yours. It's not like you were working for someone else or some shit.
I've been a self-employed entity. I finally learned how to get a self-employment ID number. I actually have one now.
Oh, there you go.
My dad and sister. But wrapping things up.
Yeah.
I wanted
we touched on all the topics.
Yeah, in
it was a long one. It was a long one. But we purposely touched on everything, so that was good.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm glad you keep coming back.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I told you that.
What are you doing next weekend? You want to come back again?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well,
People,
there you have it.
I want to give shout outs to
please.
Apex House of Grappling. I want to give shout outs to Chicago Fitness Center, Combat Zone with Unique Gatherings. I want to give a shout out to Roberto Ramirez, Chicago Fight Team, Carlson Gracie Jr., the UFC Gym Yorktown. I do online training. I teach kickboxing and boxing fundamentals. I'm trying to get them to open up their eyes, let me teach judo, but the brown belts think they all that. But whatevs, they cool. Deceivers. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. If you want to do one-on-one training, I will come to your house with my battle rope, Bosu ball, boxing gloves, focus mitts, resistance bands, and tie pads. Whatever you need, whatever, I got you. Pimping is pimping is pimping. Punching is my profession. Painting is my pleasure. And may there be paper in my pocket. May the powers that be please include my people. My number is 773-698-2224. This is Mr. Shonie Carter, Mr. International.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Shonie. I appreciate you giving all those shout outs. Shout out to, I don't know if you're still affiliated, but Flo and Caprito.
Oh,
shout out to them.
Caprito all the time. That's my dog.
Caprito out in Bloomingdale, I believe, and Flo in Palatine.
Yeah,
and then shout out to our guy Dino down in Miami. So.
Yeah. Oh God damn, I forgot about Dino.
So shout out to those guys too.
All of my martial arts family.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, not just the jiu-jitsu guys, my karate guys, my Bosun academies, and all of the Kyokushins, the Shotokans, the Goju-Ryus, and the Shidokans. Oh, y'all. I love you all. The judo guys.
Shout out to Boss Rutan.
Oh, Sebastian Rutan.
Boss.
Put me in the movie with you.
And
Cynthia Rothrock. Oh, my God.
There you go.
Come on, y'all. Put Sifu Alan Goldberg.
And
Tim Wright's Kung Fu.
The biggest shout out to my Uncle John who passed away.
Yes.
And it's been a tough week. I literally just came last week telling you about my cousin. Now another family member has passed, so it's been a rough week. But just trying to stay positive. Shout out to him, love him, and
the whole family.
We'll sincerely miss him. So
you're gonna miss.
It's been a wild time, but we're looking forward to positive, good times ahead, and hopefully we'll have a few more episodes. I'd love to have you back next week.
I would also. We're gonna start doing remotes too, because I'm gonna see if I can get you to do a podcast at the spot at Yorktown.
Yeah,
and like I'm doing
actually there, me and you there.
Yeah, with your stuff,
we could figure it out.
I want to put like, just my third.
They're not open, right?
No, it's just I'm there with the management staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like currently right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to link all my podcast buddies together and the martial art buddies.
All about it.
Because Sean Lennon and Sergio Vincente, I forget his name podcast, but whatever, I'm talking about your show today.
That's all right. I'm
down
to network. Let's do it. Let's try to figure it out. We'll talk about it. Thank you for watching to coach us. Did you have something else you want to throw in there?
Like I said, if y'all want personal training, you got my number, 773-698-2224.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for listening. Oh, you could follow me at Chicago Johnny on Insta.
Follow us, damn it.
The Coach House on Instagram and The Coach House on YouTube. If you subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Follow Chromie68 and stuff.
Chromie68.
Love you guys. Bye.